All right, how are y'all doing tonight? Well, it's a late night. Me and Stacy's drinking some coffee, smoking cigarettes as normal. Um, I didn't make a video earlier, but I will. I am now. Um, just want to say, I'm glad that Carl Rittenhouse was acquitted of all the charges, found not guilty, which that was the right thing. I'm glad that the jury looked at the evidence and it came out like that, because that boy didn't want to hurt nobody, but he didn't have no choice. Um, the evidence is the evidence, y'all. Joe Biden got on there before the trial even went, and was running his mouth, saying, talking about white supremacy and all this crap, And at least Joe Biden did get on there, after the verdict was there. At least he did say, whatever the courts or whatever the jury found was sufficient. That's what we need to go by. At least he had enough sense to do that. Um, but that Nader guy, he's wanting the DOJ to get involved and to try to get federal charges brought up on Kyle. I think Kyle deserves a reward. I mean, you got to think about it. He took out the threats that was trying to hurt him. He didn't shoot no innocent people. He took out the people that was attacking him and could have killed him. And there's a lot of people pissed off. And right now it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and there's people still up there at the courthouse protesting. There ain't even nobody there, and they're protesting. And you got people talking about this. You got people that was against him, and then you got people that was for him, was for Kyle. In this country, we have a right to protect ourselves. Okay, we have a Second Amendment right. We got a First Amendment right. If somebody goes to attack you, you have the right to defend yourself. Okay? If a guy swings a skateboard at you, at your head, a skateboard can kill you, as everybody knows. I mean, if you don't believe a skateboard can't hurt you, get a skateboard and bust yourself in the head with it and see if that hurts. It can hurt you. Take a watermelon and get a skateboard and hit the watermelon with the trucks on the skateboard. It can do a lot of damage. Now, just like the Gage kid said, he admitted in court. He pulled the gun on him. And when you pull a gun on somebody and the other person has a gun too, guess what? You're going to get popped. And luckily he just got shot in the arm. And there was a round in the 9mm Glock that he pulled the gun on Kyle. So I think Kyle needs an award, and I think he needs apologies from a lot of these people out here, these media people. And maybe he should go after him for defamation of character and for the things that they've pushed. Now, this boy's life's going to always be changed, for one thing, because he had to take people's lives. Okay? The other thing is wherever he goes in this country, you got these dumbass people that's going to ridicule him. It might get to the point where he has to change his name. I mean, because everywhere he goes, he's going to hear something about it. And everybody's going to know his face. Well, that boy was justified. He was justified. And then people were like, well, he shouldn't have had a gun. He wasn't old enough to have a gun. Look up the laws in Wisconsin. You can have a long rifle of a certain amount of inches if you're 16 years old. So it depends on the laws, y'all. There's different laws for different states. But the boy didn't want to hurt nobody. He didn't have a criminal record. Kyle didn't have a criminal record. But the guys he shot did. The guy that tried to drop kick him, he had a criminal record. He had a big old rap sheet. Look at the guy that was a pedophile. Had like 11 charges of messing with children. And the other guy, he was a piece of crap too. That tried to hit him with a skateboard. He was a piece of crap. Woman beater. Stabbed his brother in the ear with a weapon. And then you got these parents or these people that's in these people's families, you know, the guys that got shot, trying to defend them. You know, and it's like this. If I go out and I do something wrong, and I was dead wrong, okay, and I pull a weapon or try to hurt somebody and somebody shoots me dead, my mama shouldn't get out there and say, oh, he was such a good boy and this and that. That's bullshit. You know, when your kid does wrong or a grown man does wrong, and I don't even call them kids, you know, I guess I call them kids because they're in their 20s. But when somebody does wrong, you're dead wrong. What's wrong is wrong, and what's right is right, you know. But when you make a choice to hurt somebody or to possibly even kill them, you got to do what you got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do. And there's idiot people out there right now thinking that, you know, you got Black Lives Matter. Okay, you got Black Lives Matter going out there protesting, you know, and this and that. Black Lives Matter don't give a shit about white people, you know. And this was a white boy that shot, you know, 3 white boys. This had nothing to do with Black Lives Matter, you know. And you have every right to defend, protect property, you know. And you have every right to defend yourself, you know. And people got it twisted. The thing about it is, these people can run their mouth because it ain't happening to them. Let one of these leftists or one of these Antifa people or BLM people, let somebody get a baseball bat, beat the hell out of them, and let them have a gun in their hand and just sit there with the gun and just let somebody beat you with a baseball bat. And then see how you see and see if you want to pull that gun up. Come on, think about it. You don't have to have a weapon to kill somebody. You can use your body. You can use your body. And the thing about it is, if a felony is being committed, and you go at a person to harm them or to hurt them, or they feel in fear for their life, they have a right. You have a right to defend yourself. Okay? And them boys got what they wanted. They got what they wanted. Anybody that sees a man or a boy with an AR-15 and you're going to run at him with a skateboard, with your bare fist, with a gun, if you run at somebody with an AR-15 in their hand, you're a dumbass. And them boys got exactly what they were supposed to get. I think we ought to give Kyle Rittenhouse a nickname. We ought to call him Kyle Wick Rittenhouse, like John Wick, because he's a damn good shot. That boy, hey, he's a damn good shot, man. To do what he did is unbelievable. There's a lot of guys out there that's skilled in weapons and skilled in doing stuff and couldn't pull off what he did. And he didn't shoot nobody else. He shot the threats, the people that were trying to hurt him or kill him. So my hat's to him. I think that's awesome, you know. And I think justice was served today. Not a lot of other people out there, maybe some of y'all might think I'm wrong, and I don't care. But the boy had to do what he had to do. Now he's got to live with that. Nobody wants to take somebody out and hurt somebody or kill somebody. But it's either them or him. So he had to do what he had to do. You know? And the boy's out there helping the community. They talking about, oh, they always bring up, oh, he crossed the line, he crossed state lines to do that, and he brought a gun. Well, the gun was to protect him and to help protect the property that he was protecting for his friend or whoever, okay, or for that other person, okay. But the thing about it is, it's open carry in that state. It's open carry. Well, they would have felt different if he'd have been carrying a 9mm pistol or a .22 revolver, and he still would have did what he did. It doesn't matter. They always try, when you talk about AR-15s, they always try to say, oh, that's a military grade, big military grade weapon there he had. Come on. There's a lot more bigger guns than that. If you think an AR-15 is a badass weapon, buddy, you ain't never shot nothing bad then. Because the AR-15 isn't the baddest gun around when it comes to, you know, rifles like that. It's not. You know, it's just, it's foolish. And these people are raising hell because they feel like justice hasn't been served. And it's like, where does these clowns come from? Where do they come from? I guess I live in the South, y'all. We live here in the South and down here in Florida. We don't have all that mess. I don't know why all these people act crazy up there, but we don't have all that damn mess down here. But I'll tell you what, the boy had to do what he had to do, and I'm glad he got justice, and I'm glad that he was not guilty. You know, I mean, come on. He was young. He's a young man. He's got his whole life to look forward to, and hopefully he can get on with his life. You know, and be successful and do what he needs to do in his life to live a good life. You know, but who knows? I mean, out in society, as soon as somebody finds out his name or recognizes him, they're going to give him shit. Maybe over time, people will forget about it. I heard somebody offered him a job down here in Florida. Somebody was telling me about that somebody offered him a job and to come to Florida. And I say, you're welcome. Come on down. We need guys like you that's got, you know, stand up. And the thing about it is, if law enforcement would have did their jobs, or the adults would have stood up, this boy did something that grown ass men should have been doing. Okay? Law enforcement wouldn't do nothing. FBI wouldn't do nothing. The FBI was flying drones and just watching. It's a peaceful protest, but there's fucking cars on fire and buildings on fire, people throwing stuff, tearing stuff up. How's that peaceful? Where the hell do they get peaceful protests from? It's like you can talk foolishness, and you might be able to fool some people, but common sense people will tell you, when you're burning stuff down, tearing stuff up, being destructive, screaming and hollering, just them going down the road hollering, that's disturbing the peace. Down here, you come down the road hollering, somebody call the law and you say you're disturbing the peace, you're going to get in trouble for that. Okay? Yeah, you have the right to protest. Yeah, there's a right way and a wrong way. But when people are burning stuff down and doing all that craziness, no, you're not allowed to do all that. You know? So that boy took it upon himself to stand up. You know? And he had to do what he had to do. And I'm glad that he did it. I'll tell you what, hats off to him. He's, you know, that's a strong young man. Because I don't even think a grown man could do what he did. Especially not as good as he did. That fast. And he didn't shoot, you know, innocent people. He shot people that were trying to hurt him or trying to kill him. And he was in fear for his life. He was on the ground. You're on the ground. A guy's jump kicking you. A guy's hitting you with a damn skateboard. Other guy runs up on you, trying to hurt you. Points a gun at you. He even admitted he pointed a gun. You know, you got an AR-15, what are you going to do? No, just sit the AR-15 down and let them beat the hell out of you? Come on. Common sense, y'all. Common sense. It ain't very common. Common sense ain't very common no more. But social media, to keep pumping this crap out, like CNN, MSNBC, ABC, all CBS, all them, pumping this crap out, just trying to stir it up. You know, it's crazy. But I just wanted to make a video, you know, and hats off to him. I'm glad he come out good. I was worried. I was really worried, you know, because I've been watching the case and watching the court and stuff. And I was real worried about the jurors being intimidated, and you know, given the easy verdict would have been, you know, or they were so scared of their lives, they'd have been like, oh, he's guilty, you know, just to sacrifice the lamb, you know. But I'm glad the jury did what they did. That's a good jury, you know, and it took some time, but they looked over the evidence and they found him not guilty of all charges. That's awesome. There's a lot of people out there butthurt about it, you know, family members of the people that got shot. And look, you know, people, if you're a person looking for a fight, if you're a person that's got all these charges, you're not the best person in the world. These guys were not the best people in the world, y'all. Every one of them had some kind of charges, and it wasn't just a little bit. You had a pedophile that raped a child, a 9-year-old child, in the butt. And now I'm saying it nicely. I don't even like saying it, but I'm saying it nicely. Okay? He had 11 charges of being and messing with children. Okay? The other one stabbed his brother, beat his up on his girlfriend, domestic violence stuff, you know. And then it comes out the dropkick guy that just come out. They said he had a rap sheet of everything, a little bit of everything. So think about it. The guys that attacked him had a rap sheet, every one of them. They wasn't the best upstanding citizens or choir boys. They were criminals. They were criminals. They were out starting trouble, and they found the wrong one. Maybe next time, maybe this is a good thing for dumbasses to really think about it. Next time you want to hurt somebody, or you want to go after a guy you think's a shrimp, or you want to pick on somebody, or you want to beat up somebody, or try to kill somebody, maybe you might want to think twice. You know, especially a man with a gun. You know, you run up on a guy that's got an AR-15. That gun can fire 400 rounds a minute. Now, he had, you know, probably had a 30-round clip from what I seen, or mag. I don't want to get in trouble for that, y'all. Magazine. Okay. Excuse me. But he had a magazine with at least 30 rounds in it, okay? If you're foolish enough to run up on a guy that's got an AR-15, okay, and you want to take a chance, buddy, that's on you. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. That's like going to a hornet's nest, seeing a hornet's nest, and let me hit it, and expecting them hornets not to bite me. Like Waterbug's video. Waterbug shows a video with him having hornets. That'd be like walking up there with a stick and hitting the damn hornet's nest and thinking the hornets ain't going to bite you. Buddy, if you hit a hornet's nest, they will eat your ass up before you could get anywhere. And that's exactly what they did. And they deserved it. I think the boy needs accommodation, or key to the city, or some kind of reward. You know? And he seemed like a good-hearted guy. I mean, he seemed like a good-hearted kid, you know. And it's a shame that he had to go through all this, you know, because of idiots. You know, but he had balls. He stood up, you know. He wanted to help his community out. They said, well, that wasn't his community. Yeah, it was. His grandmother lived there. His father lived there, you know. So it was part of his community. He's been there before. You know, some of his family lives there. So he had every right to be there. They tell me, oh, he didn't have the right to be there to protect property. He didn't have the right to do that. Yes, he did. If the rioters can go there, not protesters, bullshit. Protesters, no. Rioters. Rioters, thugs, people trying to commit arson, people stealing, breaking shit down, tearing shit up. If they have the right to be there and walk down the road and do what they're doing, he had the right to be there too. And he had a firearm. Yes, he did. And guess what? He had every right to have that firearm. And he had every right to do what he did. You know? And we need more people like him. 17-year-old kid. The balls it takes to do that at 17 years old. Do y'all understand that? 17 years old. And to do what he did. Without hurting anybody else. Innocent bystanders or anything. If it had been me and I had that many guys coming at me like that, I probably would have opened up the whole damn gun on them, son. I'd been like, I'd have been like, I'd have shot at everybody. You know what I mean? But he had enough control in that split seconds to react to that and take out the threats without hurting anybody else that was innocent around there. You see all the people that were around there. Dude, that takes some skills. He's like John Wick. Y'all ever seen the movie John Wick? He's like John Wick. He's like Superman. You know, and I'm glad he did what he did, you know. But that's the more people need to stand up. When these thugs and these idiots come around and these foolish ass people come around and they try to cause harm, hurt people, you know. One guy was putting a fire out, an owner of a store was trying to put a fire out, an older man, and he had a fire extinguisher trying to put a fire out. And guess what? A guy went up to him and knocked him in the head. Boop! Hit him in the head. Come on. I mean, the criminals are criminals. The idiots are idiots. They're talking about, well, the victims. No, them ain't the damn victims. Kyle was the victim. Kyle had to do what he had to do. Somebody was going to die that night. It was either going to be them or it was going to be him. And you know what? I'm glad good won. That battle won, and it was a good battle, and he won. And that's how it should go. And I hope he is successful, and I hope he gets on with his life and puts this in his past, and I hope people don't go out giving too much crap. Let the boy live his life. He's 18 years old. You know, he's not a piece of shit. I mean, he was trying to help people that out there. You know, and I mean, come on, look at him. Look at the boy. Think about it. You know, he didn't have a rap sheet. He didn't have all these crimes that he's did in the past before this. But all them other guys did. They had all kind of crimes. You know? Think about it. But, you know, it's foolish people. Foolish people, man, you ought to see them out there. I was watching a video earlier, and there's people still out there. Man, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. And there's people out at the courthouse protesting. There ain't even nobody at the damn courthouse. Come on, but them out there trying to talk big and mess with stuff and hollering and scream, you know, stupid. People are stupid, y'all, and it's just foolishness. But we got idiots in this country, you know, and we got to stand up to these criminals and these thugs. You know, if the law enforcement ain't gonna do their job, law enforcement can't be everywhere all the time, y'all. And they were telling their law enforcement not to do nothing. You know, you can't always wait on law enforcement. They ain't gonna be everywhere. We got to protect ourselves. So, you know, you got to carry them guns more. I know down here in Florida, we don't have open carry. We got concealed carry, and you got to have a permit to do it. The only time I can open carry a gun is if I'm going fishing or hunting or coming back from fishing and hunting. I can open carry then. Okay? Other than that, you can't open carry, you know? But it's crazy. It's crazy that people have stupid mentalities, you know, and they don't think about nobody but themselves. You know, and then you get some girl up there that was, I think it was his girlfriend or something of the one guy that hit him with a skateboard that got killed. I can't remember. Huber's girlfriend or something. Got up there and she's all, you know, oh, this and that, like he was some upstanding person. No, the hell he wasn't no upstanding person. Look at his rap sheet. You know? It always reminds you of, you ever seen parents that basically have a kid and the kid's real bad and the parents is like, no, go put your nose in the corner for 15 minutes. And then 2 minutes later they're like, you ain't got to put your nose in the corner. Come on. My child didn't do that. My child's a saint. If somebody tells me my kid does something wrong, I am going to be on her ass. And I'm going to ask her, and she's going to tell me the truth. But there's parents out there that you could tell them, hey, your kid did this or that. No, my kid would never do that. My kid's an angel. They just would never do that. Come on. And they didn't discipline them. Why do you think you got idiots out here doing crimes? Because they wasn't disciplined. They didn't have a father and a mother that stood and made their ass stay in line. Then they get out here on the streets and they become a damn, just off the chain, you know? And maybe because they didn't have a father in their life that tore their ass up when they did something wrong. Or maybe they didn't have a mother that'd tear your ass up. My mom would whip you. When I was a kid, my mom had flip-flops that'd go around corners. And my dad wasn't always there. My dad was working, you know? So if there was an issue of me acting up, hey, whatever she could find, she'd tear your ass up with it. A belt, flip-flop, fly swatter, paddleboard, anything, extension cord, whatever she wanted. Whatever she could grab, she'd bust you up with. She'd tear your ass up. But I'm glad that she did it. And I'm glad my father did it, and I'm glad my mother did it. My mom did it more than my father. My father was more laid back. My mom's she's aggressive, y'all. But I tell you what, my mom's real feisty, and she don't put up with no shit. She'll tell you like it is. You know, but, man, it's just, you got foolish people out there, and you got the media out there just pumping. Racist. White supremacy. Oh, the judge, he was partial to the case, and he was helping out Kyle, and all. Come on, man. Come on with this crap. Let that boy go. Let that boy go and enjoy his life. He was in the right. The mother cats was in the wrong. And that's the bottom line. You know? So I hope he has a good life. I hope he don't get screwed with too much. You know? And we got to raise our kids. This is another thing. We got to raise our kids that, look, if somebody bullies you or somebody does something to you, don't go and tattle. Go to the teacher. Teacher, that kid hit me. No, you teach your kids like this. Look, you don't put your hands on nobody else, but if somebody puts their hands on you, you defend yourself. You know, you try to avoid stuff and you try to tell them to leave you alone, or maybe tell the teacher the first time, but if the person keeps doing it, or they put their hands on you or hit you or something, I tell my daughter, just like this. I said, if somebody hits you, you hit them back. I said, you want to know where you hit them at? You hit them right in the nose. Bust them right in the nose. If somebody hits you, you hit them right in the nose. You try to avoid it. You try to walk away and avoid it first. But if a kid grabs you or punches you or does something to you physically and tries to attack you, hit them right here in this nose. Now, not all the times you have to do that. I told her, I said, not all the times you have to do that. Sometimes you can go to the teacher and straighten it out. But the thing about it is, these days, we're raising a bunch of cowards. And kids that don't know how to deal with stuff. Oh, that kid said something and bullied me. Come on. You know how you take care of a bully? You bust his ass. You hit him. He touches you physically. Now, words is just words. You know? But when somebody grabs you or touches you or hits you, just bust them one time in the nose. And they know you ain't playing no more. But we need to raise our kids the right way. Like the old school way. Like you had a problem with somebody, you tell them. And if they want to fight them. Huh? We got to raise lions, y'all. Instead of raising little soft kids that can't handle a little bit of bullying. Bullying happens all the time. It's going to happen sometime in your life. You know, my daughter come home one day and she said, this boy keeps saying stuff to me, Daddy. Keeps picking on me, saying stuff mean to me. I said, well, tell him off. He's like, Daddy, he calls me fat. I said, you know what you tell him next time? When he says, you're fat. I said, look at him and say, your mama. You know, come on. I tell her that. I mean, really. I say, hey, if he wants to say something crazy, say something back to him. Get him back. If he touches you now, then that's a different story. Then bust him in the nose, hit him in this. But I tell him, I try to get my daughter tough, man. I try to get her tough. It's hard, but I try to get her, you know, hey, stand up for yourself, man. You know, don't let somebody pick on you. If they know they can't pick on you, they won't pick on you. But we need to raise our kids the right way, y'all. And I'm just glad that the court come up with that. I'm glad the jury did what they did. They're awesome people, you know, and they got balls too, you know. And it's good to know we got people out there that's willing to stand up and even risk themselves. You know, social media is going to get stupid for days about this, y'all. So y'all might as well get ready for it. You know, we already got people out there trying to say what they want to say. I'm surprised they didn't burn the damn city down tonight. Maybe they'll wait till tomorrow. Maybe it was too cold out there tonight for them or something. I don't know. But just wanted to make a video, get it off my chest, tell you what I thought. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows about it, because unless you live under a rock, you've heard. But you know, I'm glad that they came out that way. That's awesome. I feel really good about it. You know, and it's almost like early Christmas. It's what it feels like, early Christmas. You know. Oh, real quick. You see where they passed that bill through the Congress, right? It's got to go to the House of Representatives. Hope it gets blocked. Hope it gets blocked, man. Oh my God. Kevin McCarthy, man, talked for 8.5 hours. Woo! Dang, man, to talk for 8.5 hours and stand up there, holy crap. But they passed it through the Congress, y'all. So hopefully the House of Representatives will put a block on it and stop it, you know. I don't know. What is our country coming to? It ain't good. Y'all need to look some of this stuff up. If you don't know about it, look it up. Read up about it a little bit. There's a lot of things in there you ain't gonna like, you know. And maybe we need to show our ass a little bit, but do it the right way. But anyways, like I always say, if you got somebody you love, tell them you love them. Always watch your six, which is your back. If you don't know what I'm saying when I say watch your six. Concealed weapon holder, or if you're in a state that you can open carry, carry that gun. Carry that gun. Kyle carried that gun, and it saved his life. That gun might save your life or somebody else or somebody you love's life. So carry it as much as you can. And I'll see y'all next time, man. I'm speechless. I'm happy. It's awesome. All right, y'all. I love you. I'll see y'all later.